Hi, today I'm gonna do a pick a card reading for the month of April. Anything you need to know, any guidance that you might need for the month of April, anything that you need to hear basically for the next month. So let's open these up and show you what decks you can choose. Usually I have pre-picked piles that you pick with crystals, but for now I want you to choose a deck that you want for your message. So in this bag we have, I feel like it's almost like a game show, but in this bag I have the True Heart Intuitive Tarot deck. Really beautiful deck, and I haven't done any readings for others with it yet, but I found it very easy to read. Then in the middle bag I have flip throughs of all these decks, by the way, videos. If you wanna see them, I'll link them in the description box below. So in this bag I have the Housewives Tarot. There's the little booklet in there as well. I have the Housewives Tarot, and I've done a couple of pick a card readings with this too. And then this one, you can already tell by the box, I don't have a bag for this yet. I'm making one. This is the Friends Tarot deck. So yeah, pick your deck. We have the True Heart Intuitive for pile number 1. We have the Housewives Tarot for pile number 2, and then the Friends Tarot for pile number 3. Now I do want to say that this is a general reading, which means that there might be some things that will resonate with you, and there might be some things that won't resonate with you. So I always say, take what sticks and leave the rest. So let's get into the readings. So hello, pile number 1, you chose the True Heart Intuitive Tarot deck. I haven't really done a lot of readings with this yet, so I'm very excited to work with this. I do feel connected to all of these decks, of course, but I just haven't worked with them a lot. So yeah, let's see what guidance we have for you for the month of April. That one jumped out. I feel like we should start with these two cards. So we have the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, and we have the Princess of Discs, which is the Page of Pentacles. So I initially feel like this is somebody who you are interested in. So even though it says prince and a knight is usually thought of as somebody who is masculine or as somebody who is a man, this doesn't necessarily have to be a man. It can be masculine energy or whatever. And this usually represents somebody who is almost your Prince Charming. It is somebody who I feel like they kind of represent your personal emotional vulnerability. Maybe you have been wanting to get romantically involved with somebody, or you particularly feel emotionally vulnerable. And you might have been feeling a little needy. Maybe the person that you are interested in, or the person that you have a relationship with, or somebody who you are emotionally attached to isn't really giving you the attention that you need. And the Princess of Disc is somebody who works hard and who is always trying to find their ambition. So if you are currently on a path where you're trying to figure things out for yourself, what path is the right one for you, if that is what you want guidance on. And the thing is, what I find really interesting is the Page or the Princess of Disc is somebody who's very reliable. So it's a very solid, reliable person, and they rarely get lost in distractions or illusions. And this person, the Knight of Cups, is somebody who is feeling, I mean, that is the vibe that I get right now, is that this person doesn't get enough emotional attention. So maybe you are not the person who is in emotional need right now, but you are so focused on yourself, on your path, that you aren't really giving another person in your life, somebody who you are emotionally attached to, and maybe you aren't giving them enough attention. So that is something that I think is important to think about. The Page of Cups, or the Page or Princess of Pentacles or Discs is also an indication of news or a new job opportunity or acceptance, and being truly committed. Though right now, in combination with the Prince of Cups, I feel like maybe you have been too committed. You are working so hard that you're kind of losing touch with the people in your life who you love. So I never think ambition and working hard and having focus and being committed to your own path is a bad thing. I think those are really admirable traits to have and things to be. But I don't think, or I think what you need to hear right now is that you don't focus just on yourself and just on your path, but also don't forget the people in your life who you love. So let's see what else we can get for you. This one sticks out to me. We have the Four of Swords. As you can see, this person here is meditating, and they are really taking the time to kind of have a timeout, like a mental timeout. Maybe your hard work has been very mentally draining for you, and this card kind of gives you the message that you should take a little bit of a mental timeout, take some time for yourself, some self-care, distancing yourself from your work. And I feel like because this almost is a bridge between the two cards, that this could mean that you take a little time out from your work and focus on the people in your life who you love. Or if there's a certain person you have in mind right now who keeps distracting you from your goals in a negative way, maybe you want to take a time out from them. So I really feel like this is up to your own interpretation, what your particular situation is right now. Whether you need to take a time out from your work or need to take a time out from a certain person in your life. But the Four of Swords usually comes up when you are in sort of a mental distress, and it definitely has a message that you should take care of yourself in whatever way works for you. Then we also have the Six of Pentacles, and I definitely get, usually this is a card of opportunity and generosity, but right now I feel like it is almost a card of having the fear of failure. So you are working very hard towards your goal, and there might be some distractions. You need to take a time out, but you are afraid that if you take that time out, take the time for yourself, that you will fail at whatever you're trying to accomplish. But I feel like this Six of Pentacles, this Six of Discs, I cannot pronounce it very well, I'm sorry, is a card of don't be afraid to fail. You will get where you want to be because you've been working so incredibly hard, and things will fall into place for you. It says to take care of yourself, and I think that is the most important thing that you need to hear for your reading right now. I have this one, and then I also want to take this one. We have here the Lovers, which is about duality, but usually it's also about making a choice. So you feel like you are having to choose maybe between, I feel like I want to put it in here, but you can't see. Almost like you have to choose between love and work, but it's not always necessarily that the case. So the Two of Wands, two is usually also about options and having having different options and choices, and it is a message of focusing on your goals. Don't get distracted. So that fills it in a little better, that maybe there are people in your life who are trying to distract you from your goals, and you feel like you want to take a time out from them. I feel like you should really just look at what it is that you think is best for you, not only in long term, but also for right now. And okay, I always love when I get this this card in reading. So it's the Wheel of Fortune, and it kind of tells me that everything will be fine, that everything will turn out well for you. It's a card of fortune, of success, of that you, your destiny, and that joyful news also. So there will be good things happening for you if you make the right decisions. I think that is what you need to hear right now for the month of April. I think if you really listen to your own intuition, that everything will kind of fall into place, that everything that you've been wanting to achieve, that you will achieve it. So yeah, pile number 1, this is the reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below whether or not this resonated with you. And yeah, subscribe to this channel if you want to see more tarot readings from me. I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi, pile number 2, you chose the Housewives Tarot. So let's get started with your reading. What is it that you need to know, need to hear? What messages do you need to hear for the month of April? Any guidance that you need to get through the month? See this one, and this one. So we have the 10 of Cups, which is which I always like to refer as your end goal. Your end goal card. So what is it that you're trying to achieve? That is something that you're going to work towards next month. Then we have the 9 of Swords, which usually depicts somebody who is trying to sleep but is being kept up at night because they are thinking of something. Usually there is a lot of anxiety. The 9 of Swords is definitely an anxiety sort of card. So you're trying to work towards something, towards your happiness, your contentment, to lead a peaceful and balanced life, I should say. So definitely a card of emotional fulfillment. And because you feel like you should be there already. Maybe you are an adult like I am, and you feel like you should have already accomplished so much in your life, and you feel like with everything that we see on social media, we think that we should have it all, that we should be there at our end game before we're even 30 or 40 or whenever, and you're not there yet, and it feels like you should be. And that is something that is causing you a lot of anxiety. You feel like you don't have any hope anymore. Maybe you are a very spiritual person, and you feel like your spiritual connection is lost a bit. Your mind is just full, and you're starting to lose hope that your 10 of Cups, your end game, your emotional fulfillment will not happen. And with the Justice card, this is the card that is associated with the zodiac sign of Libra. So that is an air sign, and it's a very balanced, very honest sign. So this is definitely a card about honesty, and I think you should really look at yourself and what you've done so far from a different point of view, as if you are somebody else who is completely impartial to you and your life, and look at the things that you've already done, and you will probably see that you have already worked so very hard to be where you are right now. And there are really not a lot of people who actually get where they want to be incredibly quickly. There are a lot of people who will take years before they get somewhere where they want to be. And I think you can be proud of what you've done so far. And I feel like the Justice card is definitely telling you that you have to be honest with yourself, and saying that you do not need to be this harsh on yourself. Everything you've done so far made you be who you are right now. Everything you've done so far has put you where you are right now. This is definitely a card of karma as well. I see it. So karmic law and fate. I know that many of us feel very anxious about what the state of the world is right now. I don't read reversals. And we have the Page of Swords, who is somebody who is very confident and has a very analytical mind. So again, I think you need to look at yourself not critically, because you are definitely already looking at yourself critically, but honestly and with your head, and not with your heart. you have already done so much, and you definitely deserve it to celebrate what you've done so far and to be proud of yourself. And the Page of Swords can also indicate that some unexpected news is coming, and that a change of plans will come. And because it's in between the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Swords, I feel like the unexpected news will bring you a step further towards your Ten of Cups. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is somebody who works hard and who does not lose focus. So as long as you keep working hard, as long as you stay truly committed to your Ten of Cups, the thing that you wanna achieve, I think that you're definitely gonna get there. And the Page of Pentacles can also indicate that a news or a job opportunity is coming. So these two cards, I think, are definitely a good sign for you. We have the Death card, which sounds really dramatic, but death really means the end of one cycle, so another cycle can begin. And I think that definitely is true with the Page of Swords and Page of Pentacles. They indicate that something is gonna happen, something good is gonna happen, that's gonna change your life in some way. It doesn't have to be a huge way. It can be in whatever way. There's gonna be something changing for you. Sometimes the Death card can also mean that people in your life who are no longer serving you, who are not meant to be in your life, will start to go away. So maybe you will lose a friend this month or next month, not to actual death, but because they're just not meant to stay in your life, and everything that's meant to stay will stay, and everything that no longer serves you, whether that be people, things, ideologies, they will be cleared away. And then I also wanna, I wanna pull one more card for you. I feel like you are feeling very anxious, and maybe that is the reason that you came to this video, because you are feeling anxious and you are wanting to get some guidance, a word, an idea that everything will be okay. And I really hope this reading can give that to you, because I definitely feel like everything will be okay. And then we have the Four of Pentacles, which is a card of protecting what you have. Maybe you are trying to hold on to your anxiety because you feel like, and I know this sounds strange, but you feel like it serves you somehow, that you think your anxiety gives you that you are critical of yourself, and that you're trying to be realistic. But the thing with anxiety, and I'm not a therapist, but I've been in therapy for anxiety as well, and anxiety doesn't make us realistic. We think that we're being realistic by weighing the options and looking at the things that can go bad, but how about looking at the things that can go right? Because that is something that anxiety doesn't really allow us to do. And I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, it really is somebody, she's looking anxious, she's holding on to herself, she's protecting herself, and usually that means protecting your material possessions, that you're kind of being greedy. But I don't think that's the case here. I think you really are trying to protect yourself by being super anxious, which sounds ridiculous because we don't want to be anxious, because anxiety is something that can cripple us. And but I also feel like it's somehow comforting to feel like you're being realistic in the way that you do things or think about things. But I think you need to let that go, focus on your work. That is what the Page of Pentacles says as well. Focus on your Ten of Cups, your end goal. Some good news will come. There are gonna be changes for you in the next month, but it will all be okay. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments down below if it resonated with you. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more tarot readings or other tarot videos from me, definitely subscribe to my channel. I try to do them as frequent as possible. Yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi, pile number 3. This is your reading. You chose the Friends deck. Oh, okay, that was not the start of the reading yet. These cards are a little big for my hands because I have quite small hands. But yeah, let's see what guidance or messages you need to hear, need to get for the month of April. So these all turned over. So we first have the King of Cups, who is somebody who is very in touch with their emotional needs. Somebody who is very mature in their emotions. They're very emotionally stable. And then we also have the Fool, who is somebody who's very naive and somebody who starts adventures and likes to be adventurous. And it's also a card of new beginning, so starting over. And we have the card of Death, which is indicates changes, sometimes drastic changes in your life. So there's definitely an element of a fresh start here. So that could be the fresh start of a relationship with somebody who was very emotionally stable. Or it could be that this one, you thought that it gave you stability, a relationship, and you have just ended it, or you're thinking of ending it. And that this says that a change is coming. It has to do with a change and with emotions. That is something that I'm getting right now. And with the Death card, it can also mean that you're experiencing some kind of fear for change. So maybe you might know that the person that you're currently hanging out with is not the person for you, and you're just afraid of change, or you're gonna go through a change with the person that you love. So maybe you're thinking of moving in together or something like that, and you're just scared of changes. Let me see what other cards I can get for you. We have the King of Swords, who is somebody who's very mature in their intelligence, in their thoughtfulness, and somebody who is great at communicating. So if there's something that you're afraid of changing, then I think it's a good idea to communicate that with the person you are involved with. We also have the Knight of Pentacles, who is somebody who is very determined, very grounded. So maybe either you, one of the two, there are multiple people involved here. I think there are 2, but might be more. And I feel like one person is very in tune with their emotions, and the other person is very grounded and very has a serious work ethic and is very responsible, which is funny because we also have the Fool, and the Fool is somebody who's generally very unresponsible. So there could be something that you are afraid of, maybe moving in together with somebody, or and you feel like they just aren't mature enough, so that they are being irresponsible, and that is making you, there's some kind of behavior that is irresponsible or almost childlike, that makes you, that's making you a little anxious. That's making you fearful of some kind of change that you're trying to go through. And I think that one of the things that you need to do is to communicate better. And we have the Emperor. We have, I don't know if you can tell, but we have a lot of masculine energy here. We have all the men from the show, all the bigger character. This is the card that has to do with Aries. So this is somebody who's very controlling, who has a lot of power, but also who's very stubborn. So I feel like there is something going on that, I'm trying to connect all the dots here, because there's a lot of energy going on here. But I feel like there's a conflict. There's something happening that you're afraid of changing, and you need to communicate about it. And there is somebody who's being very stubborn. It could be you. it could be you who is being very stubborn, who's somebody who's craving stability, because that is something that I get with the Knight of Pentacles as well. There's somebody who's craving a lot of stability, and the other person is just like la la la. It's like very naive, childlike, irresponsible, and you wish that they were more responsible, that they were being a little bit more mature. And I think that is something that you need to okay, that's my neighbor. Okay, can you not? Thank you. And it's something that you just need to communicate about, because, you know, communication, good communication is the foundation of a good relationship, in my opinion. So this is the last card that I want to pull for you. The Lovers. I almost feel like, first of all, the Lovers is about making decisions. So there is definitely a decision that you're trying to make here, or some decision that you're gonna go through together. And I mean, they are kissing here in this card, so I think everything will be fine. I mean, in the show, Rachel and Ross ended up together, even though I mean, I didn't like them as a couple, but that's just personal preference. But you know, in the show they ended up together and everything was fine, and I feel like everything is gonna be fine for you too. So yeah, it's maybe a shorter kind of reading for you, but there's a lot of energies here going on. I feel like there's a lot of friction going on between what you really want and what you think you want, if that makes sense. So what you think you want is a lot of, I mean, don't we all want stability, but we also want love. So I hope this made sense for you. Like I said, there were a lot of energies, a lot of messages coming through, and I just tried to tell them to you. So let me know in the comments down below if it resonated with you, if you enjoyed this reading. And if you want to see more tarot readings, definitely subscribe to this channel. I'd absolutely love to have you here. I do tarot readings, tarot flip throughs, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!